I need to play more Final Fantasy. I want to play like 2.
Slacker.
Thank you to Hamaguchi-san and Nakayama-san for coming all the way from Japan to join us for that special moment on stage. And we'll see you guys again later this year. All right. Well, now it has come time for our final announcement.
Final?
Just one.
I know. What's it going to be, guys?
Final announcement?
What's it going to be? Are you going to do a fucking live service game again?
Frankly, I don't know what I could say to set this moment up.
Do not do a live service again.
Bro, don't
Get ready.
GTA?
For the final battle.
What?
What?
Get ready for a final battle. What's that?
Is it Final Fantasy?
Long ago.
Wait.
Oh, it's Final Fantasy!
Fell
Wait.
upon our planet.
What's this?
What is this?
Wait, hold on.
It's gotta be Final Fantasy.
One man sought dominion.
One wing angel. Oh my god, it's Final Fantasy.
Okay, what is the game name?
A meteor.
Bro, I thought it was about to be snatched.
Whoa, what the fuck is that?
But our planet.
It's part 3 of FF7 Reaper. What the fuck?
Awakening mighty
remake?
weapons to stand against the
Whoa,
celestial.
what's
What
that?
the fuck?
Now,
What did Sephiroth do?
endures in those who fight.
Yo, Chad, I got Chipotle.
Long story short, world's in trouble.
World's in
Has
trouble.
been for
That
a
fucking
while.
meteor's coming out.
What are we waiting for?
Everybody.
Let's give Sephiroth the beating of a lifetime.
Can we play as Vincent now or what?
Oh, this
Oh
looks crazy.
shit, the game looks beautiful.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh yes, we can play as Vincent. Nice.
I'll make this quick.
I'll make this quick.
That's hard.
Oh shit, you can play as Vincent. What the fuck?
I could do this.
What's the fucking Polyguy's
I'll make
name?
you
Oh, wasn't it a Sid?
Oh.
Yeah, Sid. You play Sid.
Just ain't your day.
Cloud fit kind of hard.
My, is that a weapon I see?
Wow, they saved the shit I've been wanting to see for the last 2 days. This shit in Final
Save the
Fantasy.
planet by killing her protectors.
I want to play this. This looks crazy.
But you gotta play 1 and 2 first.
Oh, do I? Damn.
Let us
Yeah,
put our
it's
faith
all
to
the whole
test.
game is Final Fantasy 7.
Cloud.
They just
Okay,
split
okay.
it into 3 parts.
Bro, I need to. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to rewatch that. Revelation? It's not
Revelation.
Return? Revelation.
Never would have made it this far
Remake,
without you
Rebirth,
guys.
Revelation.
And I won't let you down. I promise.
Dude, wow,
was
Revelation.
This was a good showcase, actually.
There you
Yeah.
have it. And no, he's not done yet. Please join me in
What?
welcoming back
We're
to
not
Summer
done?
Game Fest the
Not
director
done yet.
of Final Fantasy VII Revelation, Naoki Hamaguchi-san.
So are they gonna do like advert children DLC or like?
OST of Doom.
I hope they do an advert children DLC, chat.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Yo.
ようやくですね、このファイナルファンタジー7リベレーションをマルチプラットフォーム同時で、発表できたことを本当に嬉しく思います。ここまで来れたのもこの物語を信じ待ち続けてくれた皆さんのおかげだと本当に感謝をしています。
Street Fighter got
I'm
Tifa.
truly delighted to unveil Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which is launching simultaneously on
Ain't
all
Tekken getting freaking
platforms.
Yujiro, bro?
Yeah, but they wanted Tifa.
It's on. It's
A
gonna be
lot
on
of people
all
wanted
platforms.
Tifa, but yeah,
And
Yujiro's
we've
still
only
good.
been able to come this far thanks to every single one of you who continue to believe in this story and waited for this moment with us.
Oh damn! I gotta play 1 and 2
今作の
first.
テーマは決意です。クラウドたちは
I mean, realistically, you need to play Crisis Core. Crisis Core. Classics
Oh,
game
bro, you
first,
might as well
but
just send me the whole
Central theme of
list,
this
bro.
title is
Kill it if
Before
you
I gotta
want.
play this.
Cloud and
I mean,
his
do it, 'cause
companions
I'll play it.
each confront their own destinies and find the resolve to march
Where's Zeke? I know
toward
you
the
hiding them,
final
Zeke.
battle.
そして私自身もこのシリーズを完結させるという決意を胸にこの作品と向き合ってきました。
I too have carried a promise in my heart throughout this journey, the resolve to see the series through to its very end.
皆さんに最高の形でお届けします。ぜひ見届けてください。
We're committed to delivering this experience in its ultimate form.
So they
Please
need to
stay
do a
with
bundle.
us
They need to do a
and
bundle of all the
witness
games.
What lies beyond that resolve.
Because the old Final Fantasy
Today,
7 is just all one
To
game.
help guide us
Oh, okay.
on our path,
But for
please show
FF7,
me.
they put it into 3 parts because the
Welcome
games
to
are
the
so big.
stage.
What?
The voice
Wait.
of
Cloud?
Vincent Valentine,
Oh.
Matt Mercer.
Oh, cool.
Bro, he voices so many niggas, bro.
Thank you very much, Hamaguchi-san. It's truly a privilege to be here with you today, if you know me. There's honestly so much to see in Revelation. I think we just kind of need to dive right in. What do you say?
Oh, we're doing a breakdown?
Let's do it. Take it away, Matt.
I don't mind if I do.
Oh, it's another video? Oh, shit.
As we reunite with our heroes, the meteor looms in the skies above.
Okay, some
A
explanation.
constant reminder of your mission and the grave threats you'll confront as you embark upon your journey and face the epic conclusion of the remake series. Aboard the Highwind, your very own airship and the pride of the Shinra fleet, you'll take to the skies and witness our most expansive open world yet. From the outskirts of Midgard to the sun-drenched Medial Archipelago to the warrior nation of Wutai. Simply pick a direction, set sail.
bro.
But how can you be expected to protect the whole world at once?
Okay.
You'll need to cover ground fast.
What's going on?
I just realized what they didn't show.
Don't worry.
Have you played like Final
Parachutes are
Fantasy
top
like
of the
that,
line.
or no?
Pull the cord and pop. You'll be
Chill.
floating through
I
the
won't say
air
it.
like a feather.
You know, my first Final Fantasy.
At any moment in the open
think it
world,
was on GameCube.
simply pilot the Highwind to your destination and take a leap of faith.
lightly.
With the wind rushing past, you'll descend seamlessly from the sky above to the ground
I
below.
only played very minimal Final Fantasy.
Where will the winds guide you
I can't
first?
say it unless you,
That
if you played
freedom
Rebirth, you know
is
what
in
I'm
your
talking about, but
hands.
I'm not going to say
No
it.
matter your destination,
I played like
to
halfway
defeat
through
your
the
enemy,
PSP of,
you'll
like,
need a
Crisis
fighting
Core.
chance. And that
Like,
starts with your trusted
I'm
allies.
not a lot into Final Fantasy.
At long last, with the world teetering on a blade's edge, everyone
just
assembles
know
at
it's like-
Cloud's
it's cool as
side,
fuck.
forming an epic ensemble of heroes, each with their own story that brings you closer together than ever. But a good unit needs more than friendship to save the day. It needs a disciplined
They better
combat
not start
regimen.
spoiling.
The hybrid battle
combat,
system,
let's see.
established in Remake and refined in
that's a new
Rebirth,
skill. What the fuck
is
is that?
perfected
Yo,
in
remake-
Revelation.
remake
putting even
FF13,
more
bro, lock it
power
in,
in
bro.
your
And I
hands.
played the
Inflict
turn-based
real-time
one.
action,
I never played that
seamlessly
one.
switch between party
Bro,
members to
that's
even the
my
odds.
favorite one of all
Then,
time. Yes.
when the fight calls for strategy, enter tactical mode to unleash a suite of powerful new spells and abilities.
How do you say it's not for you,
Activate
though?
devastating synergies with your companions. And of course, call on mighty summoned entities that can turn the tide of battle.
Oh shit.
I'll send you the thing.
Alright, man.
I put kinda, but no, you kind of have to play that one. First score. Max.
Oh.
Max's reaction? Yeah, I know he's probably flipping the fuck out.
Alright,
There are truly some
I got
chill-inducing fights ahead in Revelation.
Yeah,
I'm
he's flipping
so
out.
excited to see all of your reactions. It's gonna be
Great.
amazing.
I'm guessing you have a favorite character to play in battles?
I might be a little biased, but and since you brought it up, let's have a look at our newest coffin-dwelling companion,
Oh, Vincent game, let's go.
Vincent Valentine.
Well, okay, okay. Yeah, see his moveset. Good to see some more adventure. This character's cool as fuck.
His game was ass.
Coffin.
His,
What they got?
his
Nine
old
guns?
game,
What is that?
what was
He has
his
his
game,
own
chat?
game?
Vincent is
Surge
a
of
deft
Cerberus? That shit is
gunslinger,
ass.
capable of delivering precise, high-yield shots.
It's a very old game.
There's more to this
bro, I know him
secretive
from
former
Venture, bro.
Turk than meets
Like-
the eye. The
Surge of
result of
Cerberus, that shit was ass.
experimentation at the hands of Shinra. Vincent can transform into the galleon beast at the press of a button,
Oh, this looks
gaining
cool.
tremendous power while transformed. And when combined with the skills of a certain ace pilot, their high-impact synergies disrupt the fight with ferocious results.
The Leaping Lancer, the Dashing Dragoon, the one and only Sid Highwind.
Sid
Final
Highwind,
Fantasy,
the cantankerous
Snake.
pilot extraordinaire, joins the party
Kane.
and their mission to defeat Sephiroth. Sid's command of his lance allows him to rapidly close the distance for
Damn,
powerful
he's cooking.
strikes,
Hold on, he can
or
box
engage
like
in
this?
sweeping area of effect attacks to bring a whole host of enemies to heal.
I didn't know he had
but to
hands.
fully control the battlefield,
What is that, armor?
skill
What
with a
the
weapon only gets you so far. To further augment your
wanna know
combat
if this is-
capabilities, try this on for size. Function Integrated Tactical
Warrior.
Suit, or the FIT system for short, allows you
Are
to
these
further
classes?
customize your playstyle with
What?
new
There's
uniforms imbued
classes
with unique
now?
movesets. Alongside your equipment and materia, Fitz gives you an extra edge in battle.
Oh, okay.
To face what's
Wow.
coming,
So certain
you'll need all the
outfits give
strength
you-
you can muster.
They're like
Certain
mini
stuff.
classes, yeah.
Sensing its fate hanging in the balance, the planet
Wow.
itself has
not
unleashed
just
its
weapons.
first
Yeah,
line
there's
of
like-
defense. The weapons,
I honor
the
Renegade, got a
ancient
lot to
beasts
play.
that are larger
I wanna
than
catch
life
up on
and
this one.
capable of untold destruction. Will you be enough to stop them before it's too late? As the world is torn apart, you and your
What the
friends must
fuck?
unite. In Revelation, we come to the thrilling conclusion
That's a
of the
big-ass
Final Fantasy
chocobo.
VII saga. And your
Yo,
mission
catch
is
a
clear.
Tifa.
Take up your Buster Sword, equip your materia, and stand together. One last time.
These skies belong to me. Hope you're ready.
Damn. Date, please. No, they're not gonna give a date. They're not gonna give a date. Fucking no, they're not.
What is that?
Whoa, what the fuck is that? They're not gonna give a date. Highly, highly, highly doubt they're giving a date.
Well, thank you all. Thank you,
It's
Hamaguchi-san,
gonna be like
for bringing us
2028.
this extended look
Or
at
7,
Final
but
Fantasy
late
VII
7.
Revelation. I think I speak for all of us when I say we cannot wait to play it.
But Mark,
We're not
I
done.
think we ended the video too early.
Oh my
I hate to
god.
leave a story unfinished.
What?
Is that right? Well, then,
Wait a second. They might start spoiling here.
What that mean?
Get the
Trying to get everyone to play Renegade. Catch up, bro.
What the fuck?
What is
that?
Oh, wow. What the?
His mouth or his eye?
What on earth?
Yo, what the fuck?
Hey, yo. Sheesh.
Oh my god. Oh, nobody survived.
Not get hit
Like,
by that.
What?
That shattered the.
Spring?
At last,
Oh my god.
promise is fulfilled.
All
The
platform.
journey ends
Like,
here.
wow.
Okay, I didn't think we were gonna get a
Even
date.
Swift
I
is
didn't.
getting
I
it.
didn't.
Wow. Wait, what's this?
So this time next year.
There has to be a bundle. Surely
Okay.
there's a bundle.
They showed all
What
the
the
games.
fuck?
There you have it.
$80
Final
game.
Fantasy VII Revelation coming
That's a
to
good
all platforms next
Wow,
spring.
it's actually
which
dropping
is
on
appropriate
all
for today
platforms.
because SGF is really a celebration
Instead of
of
just
games
like
across
PlayStation
all
first for like a year.
Thank you to Hamaguchi-san,
Chat, when you raise
Kiru-san, and
Summer
the team
Game
at
Fest
Square
2026.
for that very special announcement.
That's pretty good.
And thanks to Lucy for a great job coaching. Didn't she do great?
Yes, Lucy.
Wow.
Thanks, Jeff. What an amazing way to end the show, but that's not all, because
What?
coming up right now is Day of the Devs with a look at
Oh,
many
I was
new
about to say,
independent
like,
game
don't say that.
titles,
No, we good on that.
including multiple new game announcements.
That's right. Tons of awesome indie games, so make sure to stay
we
tuned
good
and
on that.
watch that, and we will see you live this August.
Yeah, I know for
in
sure
Germany
Max is,
for
like,
Gamescom
gushing out his
Opening
fucking
Night
brain or
Live,
something.
Streaming live
He's
on
foaming
Tuesday,
out his damn
August
mouth for
25th.
sure.
Until then, have a great summer, everybody.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
One more
And they
buffer.
buffer-
Thanks
and
for
they buffer
watching.
that buffer. And
One more buffer for
that.
good measure. These guys.
Oh, yeah. Buffer that is amazing. Good job to load it down the plastic.
And it starts right now.
All right. WWW. I give that
Solid
like a
7.3.
I give it like an 8 out of 10. Last, they saved the best shit for last for me, at least.
I'll give it like a.
Like I wanted the FF and I wanted the Street Fighter, and it was
7.8.
last. But there was a lot of
I might as
stuff.
well give it an 8 actually.
FF, Street Fighter, Stellar Blade. What was the other shit they got announced? Fucking Tupac Stranger Than Heaven.
Yeah, Tupac is crazy.
That's what Tupac
Tupac Stranger Than Heaven came out on this guy's head. Oh my god.
Yo.
What is this?